All right, it's page 7, Refuge and Bodhichitta. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O Supreme, among humans you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate, with pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash, a lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protectors' heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, curd like cloud. O Losang Dragpa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable Gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast, profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Losang Dragpa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Mig Tse Wer Ter Chen Chen Rezig Dream Kien Pei Wang Po Jam Pel Yang Du Pung Ma Lu Zhong Tse Sang Wei Dag Gan Chen Ke Pei Urgyen Tsongkhapa Lo Sang Drag Pe Jabla So Wadeb. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root Guru, Pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness, inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Sariputra said to the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, how should a child of lineage train who wished to gauge in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, replied to the Venerable Sariputra as follows. Sariputra, whichever son or daughter of lineage wished to gauge in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness, inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composition of factors, and consciousness are empty. Sariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement, no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composition of factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, object of touch, no mental phenomena. There is no I element and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth, up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstruction, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest to complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisoha. Sariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to Superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One said this, the Venerable Sariputra, the Superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, and the entire assembly of worthy beings, gods, humans, demigods, harvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the Holy Supreme Abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host three places, Dakinis. Tayata gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisoha. Through the power and truth of the exalted three jewels speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Mars, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they become pacified. all enemies, obstructors, hindrances, shanti, kuriya, soha, the 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse harmful conditions, may all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Sashi poki jukshing metog tram ri rabling shi ni de gen padi sangye jingdu mikte owa yidro kunam dag jing la cho parshuk jetsun lama dampa kenam ki choku kala kien se trindrigne jitar sampe duje dinma la jab ge chuki char pawab tu so idam guratna mandala kam niryatayami Chodam chomne chomnam la jangchu bardu dagni kyapsuchi dagni chomnyam chomne chomnagir drola pinche sange droparshol Chodam chomnem chomnam la jangchu bardu dagni kyapsuchi dagi chonye gamne somnagir drola pinche sange droparshol Chodam chomnem chomnam la jangchu bardu dagni kyapsuchi dagi chonyen chonye somnagir drola pinche sange droparshol
Good evening. How's the weather? It's good. There's spring coming back? On the way? That'll be good. Anyway, it's wonderful for everyone to be able to survive. Anyway, we were able to study a little bit Dharma. It's wonderful. Then usually all the religions to something to benefit the followers. We have so many different religions. Usually, people, they take a refuge for religion whenever they have some any kind of issues, any problems, they go to religion, then they try to something advise, something gets so they benefit. Therefore, basically, His Holiness Dalai Lama always say, it's very good we have so many religions, because people have more choice. Whatever you follow, if there only one religion, then we have no choice. If you religion, you have to follow that. Therefore, he say always very good religions, so many religions. Also important to respect all the religions. Even there are some issues, problems, but that's not the religion's problem. It's the who practice or who use the religion. Therefore, the person's problem is not religion's problem. Right? Therefore, then not Tibetan Buddhism, we believe. He's only always say, we cannot say, I'm the Buddhism person, Buddhism is the best religion. We cannot say that. It's not possible. For me, this is best for me. But we cannot say for everyone that. That's really true, right? It's like, one medicine, maybe some cold medicine, maybe different people have the different medicine they like. Some food also, some people like spicy, some people like non-spicy, some people like oily, maybe no one like oily. Especially Westerns, right? Yeah. It's too oily. They hear the one Tibetan Amala, she is 102 years old. Every day she have to drink like this much oil, complete oil. No, just milk the butter, liquor, butter, melted butter. Every day like this much.
Excuse me, what kind of butter?
Just regular.
Just melt the butter and drink.
Drink.
How long
Every
has she been doing that?
her life. She's 102 years old. She's very healthy. She has a lot of problem with fit, but she's her mind's very smart. She can talk. She know everything. Like different kind, right? When we guys, like especially the Western, you have to drink it as much. They say, I'm dry. I have to go emergency. Yeah, when I was also Tibetan, I think the weather, how we grow up like that, we can drink, this much butter, no problem.
You eat it.
Yeah. It makes also people more warm, more strong. Now weather is exactly similar to the New England weather, but we don't have the heat. Also we don't have like I am the nomad. We don't have like house like this. It's like a tent. Everybody whole. But I don't know how we may be used to. We're not very too cold. We don't have the thin jackets. We don't have the how you call it? Feather jackets. We don't have like that. But they're not really cold. I think that maybe food. Food is a very, called organic. Therefore, maybe like that. Anyway, they drink a lot of oil, butter, no problem. But here now everyone's very scared too, right? Anyway, therefore people have a different, personality, different thoughts, different views, different beliefs. Therefore, we need to different kind of religion, different kind of, activities. That's good. Then Buddhism, as we talk about, we have like, with a purpose to follow the religion is free from the sufferings. It's honestly right, like free from the problems. Therefore, Buddhism, we say we have two kinds of sufferings, physical and mental. The physical problems, right now the doctors, we can go to hospital, they can check out, they can surgery, when we get cold, we get more blankets, we put heat more up. We get heart, we can also more architecture put out. They can serve. Are we hungry? We can have some food. The problem is a mental problem. With our body and our mind is different. Me and my mind also different. Therefore, my body problem is we can serve for, other things. But my mind or my problems, my mind problems, is change. The outside condition doesn't change. We need to change for inside our own mind. Usually we have a lot of things, whatever, when people are wearing the sunglasses or something, there's no sunglasses, but even the sunglasses, day or night, what can you see color? What kind of color we can see? Like sunglasses. Or different color, right? We can see different things, day or night. Maybe the person, the moment, or maybe very long time, maybe 3, 4, 5 years old, then they're always wearing their sunglasses. They never take out. Then they keep thinking, same things, the all colors, whatever they see, when even they grow up, they think, everything like that. Right? Even the sunglasses, they're same, not same, different color, right? Now those people, that kind of person, we say, it's not whatever you see that. This is not like that. It's different. That those person doesn't accept. No. When I was studying my whole life, I can see like all the time like this. I never saw different colors. Then we explain, they don't accept. Take out the glass, see things completely different. Then it's big change in your own mind. Because, I thought that, but it's not true like that. It's changing from your own inside. It's more stable, more powerful, more easy. Therefore, even we have some mental problems. We have something, always we have problem, right? Something excuse every day. Then we think, we saw, or we accept something, we think that's it. Whatever we see, whatever we do, this right. Someone explains, we don't accept. Because we have very strong touch for our thoughts, our beliefs. Yes? Do you have very strong touch? Yes. You don't want to give up, right? Whatever you wish, or whatever your goal, whatever you view, whatever your idea, we don't want to give up. Same, all of us. Other person also doesn't want to give up. We don't also doesn't give up. Then we have talk back forth, then we get argument. Then worst, then we have to big fight also. It's either family, friends, country, or the world is same. Because we don't change our own mind. The Buddhism said this is a big problem. It's the biggest problem. You are very strong touch. We are on our thoughts. It's a big problem. It takes for us to always, difficult situation. What do you think? It's true or not? It's right, our own thoughts, right? Then that time, there are some religious leaders, they advise for you because you trust them, you believe them, they're able to change your mind. Otherwise, if you don't believe or you don't trust that idea, they cannot change you. Therefore, religions, the purpose religion is one of the purpose religion is, something solve the problems temporary. Then final goal, the Tibetan Buddhism is final goal is that we can achieve enlightenment, means free from all the sufferings. Then once people say, what's suffering? The suffering is something, any kind, small, big, doesn't matter, something to unacceptable and unacceptable things, correct? Unacceptable thing, any kind. Even, like, how you say, you don't want to eat here. This is suffering. You don't want to in the front of a lot of people, how you call this? Sneeze, right? Especially the maybe big dinner, some maybe some fancy people, everyone just put the suits, ready, say it, and you don't want that. If you do, this is also suffering. The suffering means not, you don't need big things, right? Now I'm itchy there. This is also suffering, right? Therefore, this is not just small physical things. The main thing is the mental problem, Therefore, now we Buddha is like this, is Buddha's image. He was also similar as us, like a regular person. Then he recognized to nature of the samsara, of this world, problems. Then he wanted to get out. It's possible that. Then he meditation 6 years, not 2 hours, not 2 minutes, not 5 minutes, 6 years. Even not eating like same as us. Then he find in nirvana what we call enlightenment. We call, Then we say, wow, okay, he said he achieved enlightenment. How we know what's enlightenment? Then enlightenment is we understand for every phenomenon, everything, reality. Also free from all the problems of sufferings. Then what suffering? How we know he's free from? Like we have attachment, anger, jealousy, hatred. He don't have that. He give up. He doesn't have that. That means he is free from suffering like that. Then how you know how we know, how you prove he knows everything? Then we study his books, his texts. He said, don't angry. He said, why I don't need that? Angry is my protection, right? Something we feel, the angry is always protect us. When we have something problem, then we get mad, because anger is our bodyguard. He said, don't take this bodyguard with you, because it's a problem with you. This is like experience, when you have the experience, you have difficult situation. Therefore, in order to change your mind, you need to study it years. The meditation, years. Then we are able to change. Years. Okay? Now, Geshe Tenley Sunda Sosa.
3 countless great eons.
It's too long? Right? But we already come to maybe 3 countless eons. No one found beginning. When we start coming, maybe this life I was beginning to when I come out of mother's womb. But where they come from? Something other person, something people. Therefore, we say, Buddhism says beginningless. My mother, my grandmother, our body, even our physical body is also related for all my parents, their parents, beginning, something, how is it, continue? Continuous beginningless. So can we say that? Continue. Yeah, correct.
Like a river.
Continuous since beginner's time.
Yeah. Now this kind of thing we need to more thinking, more meditation. Then it's not easy to understand that, but we try to. Okay. Now this is like basic, like Buddhism idea. Buddha said, I cannot transfer my knowledge for you. I cannot wash your suffering. Right? I cannot take out your sufferings like doctors take out your disease, not like that. Your mental problems. Now how Buddha for help for us? I show you for the path, reality. You practice that, then you free from suffering. Right? Like example, the doctor say, okay, don't eat that, take this medicine. It's like we follow exactly doctor said this is 90% we able to recover the problems, right? Like example, Tibetans, like Tibetan medicine is a very pretty, how is that, famous? It's pretty famous in India. The one daughter, and he started looking at 9 o'clock. The people line 4 o'clock in the morning. They line. All the Indians. They said, what's Tibetan? What Indians come? Because Indians, what the doctor he said, don't eat that, do that. They exactly follow that. Tibetans doesn't follow. Sometimes we forgot that. Take the morning medicine we take together lunchtime. Sometimes we forgot lunchtime we take all 3 together in the evening. Sometimes they say, oh, you eat before food, we eat after food. Then we say, oh, don't eat that, then we just are familiar, it doesn't follow, then we don't really see results. But the Indians really, they follow that, lot of the benefit. Therefore, a lot of things depends on your own actions. I'm not saying Tibetan doctors very good. Usually Western doctors, their mission is broken, that the doctors, they have nothing idea, right? They put everything as a mission, then mission, right? Yeah. Their life. How is it? Lab. Yeah, there's something broken, the doctors have no idea. Your doctor who check your head, they doesn't know your hand, your stomach, they're all different. Usually Tibetan doctors not like that. They look at your hand, you can do ear, they can check. One time one in India, they're like a little bit like high official person. He checked one Tibetan doctor. First he doesn't want to go to see him. Everyone say, wow, that's very good, he knows everything. Then he doesn't want to go to himself. He take the one, cow, female cow's urine, put the border. They send his one of his servant. Check this urine, go to the doctor, show him. Then doctor check, he have nothing idea. He thought that's the person urine. He check. He said, oh, your boss is picnic.
Urine. It's the urine. So the Tibetan doctors can check your disease by looking at the urine. Like in the lab, you can take the urine to check certain things. So they put in the cup in a container, and then they shake it, and then from there they can tell you what kind of disease you have. So this the rich man, so he wanted to check the doctor whether he's a really good doctor or not. So instead of sending his own urine, he sent a cow's urine with his servant. And then the doctor is checking now, he's very surprised, he says, this is person.
This is the Pomujileshas,
And then he said, oh, this is not a male's, urine, it's a female urine. And he said, it's not only female urine, but this female, is pregnant.
Also, they pachi me chimbaremadus. Yamana tells me the mother attack.
And also, it's not a human, urine. Maybe this is a different kind of human being.
Yeah. Or Tujinakaji member they got meet a Koichi Chores. They wanted to yours.
So so Tibetan doctors can they usually diagnose in that way. So that this is the real story.
The teacher Jagadzu 배 멤버라 단다 배 배면에 야가 쉬운 거 봐지 쉬우란 거 대표잖아요. 투대요 배면.
So therefore, in the Indians, they respect, they regard the Tibetan medicine so much that now they have kind of announced it officially, like official medicine.
얘나 배면에 배 사갈 가고 이랬어. 아니 나와 먹고 사오서 자고 말 가도.
So the Tibetan medicine is not easy to take. You have to chew it, you have to bite and swallow. So if it's bitter, it's really difficult to take, and also it has to be taken for very very long time, like for years and years.
그래서 나도 배워서 제가 동아시아에 말 배워 뭐 사사였어. 얘나 동아시아에 말 팽개나 팽미시라고 거기 말. 그러나 딱다 멤버 나온 년 말해.
So most of the Tibetans, they don't follow the advice. They follow the what do you call that? Huh? Regimen.
Yeah,
Like what to take and what not to take, and so for when to take. Like so, those advice, and they don't follow that, so they don't understand whether it really helps or not.
근데 자가도 특별히 오늘에 나라는 같은 통성 나라 다른 소리들이 멤버들도 아니 자가도 쇼기 주도 시원 말듯이 멤버 주도 거함을 내가 말해.
So Geshe he saw this Tibetan doctor who was very famous, and many Indians they go there, and they line up from like 4 o'clock in the morning, but doctor doesn't come until 9 o'clock.
다이 전속 고녀면서 답변은 멤버들 같이 멤버들 갈 따사야나 다 슈망가 타리 뭐이나 니 gen지지 니만 니케 아니 뭐지를 고쇼다 멤버가 내가 주만네 나다도 야차거든 마 팽에도 과고 그랬어. 근데 멤버들
And then there's also another member, Tibetan doctor who can also tell from the smell of the person's body, whether his disease is decreasing or increasing. Like if Geshe went to see this doctor, and then he didn't go to see doctor for like 2 years, and then he's somewhere else, and so he can't go by himself, so he sends his cloth to the doctor, and the doctor can tell by smelling his cloth, whether his disease is improving or not.
땡마다 나도 말다 내게 줬어. 그게 딱 계속 날. 나요 가 담보 멤버들 담고를 비실 라면 받는데 그 자로서 말lep서. 그 매다 장아치네. 나와니기 찔려야. 아니 다 기실야 앞에 말했어. 아니 나와니기 매다 도대 아니 라마 기실라 gen지. 니만이 거네 거대 기술랍서.
So this really happened, with Geshe, one of Geshe's teacher, who had a cancer, cancer disease. So one of the famous doctor from Dharamsala, His Holiness doctor, he came down to South India, in Sera Monastery. He came down to South India, and then he gave him medicine to this Geshe's teacher for 2 months. And he says, so I'm going to give you medicine for 2 months, and after that, you don't have to come yourself, but just send one of your cloth. So just send the cloth, to Dharamsala, and then he will check through that.
아니 나도 게디주 킨도르고.
And so one of the disciples, took it.
아니 얘기를 내가 다 기실라 야 용는 말이 하면 됐어. 나서 돈도샤지. 다 알라고도.
And then he just by smelling at the cloth, and to the disciple he told, the disease is not improving. His health is not improving. So I don't think he's going to get better.
안더니 기실라 야 앞에 버려나 다른 사람 다 같이 쉬네. 나서 둘전에 가서 다요 말했어. 근데 하고 근도
And so anyway, Geshe when he went back, Geshe's teacher went up, to Dharamsala anyway. But even after being there with the doctor and taking medicine for some time, it didn't get better at all.
완전히 고도 다 가지 배면 왔더니 고도 들에다 다 자가도 빼 이체요래.
So anyway, so it didn't get better, So it didn't get better. So the Tibetan doctors, Tibetan doctors are very much respected or regarded by the Indians. So Indians, they believe so much in Tibetan medicines.
진짜 고도 다른 동계들어 카트도 산이야 많이 왔다 가진 동계도 뱅뱅거서 와.
And then there are also, you have to control your diets, what to take, what not to take, those kind of things, And the Indians, the Tibetans, then don't follow all those advice, but Indians they follow, so they do exactly, whatever they are advised to take, they will take. Whatever they are advised not to take, they will not take. And then whenever they are advised to take, they will take at those times. So it really helps them. So they see the benefit. So they believe in the Tibetan doctors so much.
오케이 당에 대해서 제대 가르쳐나 나도 산지 강 소만한지 제와에는 가서 오는 간소야 다 강ele 타야게 다 저와 요래.
And so just like if we follow, the doctors exactly like they advised, there's a very, very high chance, for us to get better. Just like that, if we follow the Buddha's teaching, the reason for why we went through that story is, so like if we follow all the teachings, just like Buddha taught, then definitely, we'll be free from the sufferings.
Okay. 대지 다들 가다가 정도 곰때도 자기자기 좋아이다 소.
And so just like last time, we will go through this teaching, with the meditation.
아니 다 람람 때문에 전에 곰 맞아는 시가 팽거든 막 곰대 안에 로라 곰맞지 안에 빼 이제 로에서 된대.
So this lam-rim teaching, if we don't meditate, it will not be of much benefit. But if we, study and apply to meditation, then it will, definitely help us.
생아서 특감뭐 람람 찾잔도 배나 섬에서 요원 로사 말와.
So otherwise, if you just recite a mere word, just a mere, call it dry word or just mere word, then that will not really help, to change or transform your mind.
Okay? 다도 전다 전서 곰 잡쇼와. 많이 말라게 찬소티 많이 라완지 삼당 쇼와.
So just like I explained now, you try to visualize that, okay?
애는 지랑소야 다 뇌들이야. 근데 지역에서 섬대도 섭다 시단데 지역에서 나가래 담보 친구들 지름 보지. 아니 저쪽마대니 자습지 봐줘야돼. 그럽지. 어떻게 송거래?
So just like you see the statue here behind me, the statue of Lama Tsongkhapa and two disciples. Right? So the middle one is Lama Tsongkhapa, on his right is his disciple Geshe Rinpoche, and on his left, is his disciple Khensur Rinpoche.
Okay. 아니 자타제대 때서 로게요래. 아니 그럽지대 때서 로숑바요래.
So Geshe Rinpoche is a little bit senior looking, like older, look-wise, and then Khensur Rinpoche is a little bit, young, in his young appearance.
다 두순 된들이야. 다 아니 수수그 배나. 세단데 곰전다 망보 요르와. 소진을 간지 아니 쇼트만다가 쇼트 체중 섬섬다. 쇼트도 배니 제고 섭다야 보다는 섬섬다고 그래서.
So in the space in front of you now visualize, three thrones, very beautiful, very beautiful enchanting thrones.
봐. 아니 되네 아니 다 지압에서 아니 뭐라는 것 따위를 많이 발라 아니 남바 지압에서 남바치 아니 다 이게 남카네 아니 다치까지 중기야 준데네 도동도 섬다 저당 마음을 했던 거 보시는 봐. 근데 뱀네야 슈티데 강라야 슈버처럼 섬당 거 그래서.
And then on top of that, on top of those three thrones, you visualize Lama Tsongkhapa and two disciples. So in the aspect of Lama Tsongkhapa and two disciples, but in nature is your root guru, things like that. So it's like they're coming down or floating on a cloud, and then taking a seat on that throne.
대야 미나바 gelong 나바 섬당고 인데 코 짜로 사로 섬당요 말이스.
And so you have to think of them as a real person, like a fully ordained monk, not like a statue or an image.
아니 고샤도 잡아 많이 봐. 감보 가만만 간에 파때는 제와 담배가에 통도 템베 돈도 나자든 통화 두 받은 증언에 대화 제사식. 내 섬당고 그래서.
And so try to visualize as in a perfect shape, complex, everything like the skin, the body is not too fat, not too skinny, perfect, like very beautiful skin, complex, all very beautiful, like just by seeing, it enchants you.
아니 다 지름 부지 연연 된접 선발라 라마에도 산지에서 보온 가로 간지 산지 차서 요 섬당고 그래 남칼라야 깔송 좋아나시.
So then, sounded to the Lama Tsongkhapa and two disciples, visualize all other Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Gurus, deities, Dharmapalas. So whole space, is filled with all these holy beings.
어떤 소양 안에 수순들이야 안에 단대 빼는 거 연대시제 봐야 연대시제 배가 잡아야 되네. 안에 수순들이야 냐대고 섬당고 그래서.
And in front of each of them, there is a table, and then on top of that, there is a scripture of the foundation of all good qualities.
아니 수수는 잡 사마라 양지 다텐디 파마간 셈베 셈제 사마 아요 삼고 그래서.
And then surrounded to oneself are all the sentient beings of the six realms, including one's parents, mother, father of this in this life, and then and all other sentient beings of the six realms.
Okay. And 담주고 특대 가래만 동 그래. 근데 저도 특대한테서 다 저도 간 순대면 그거 치지.
So you don't have to recite. You can just keep on try to meditate, right? And as I recite the words, and just contemplate on those words. Okay.
아니 근데 아니 특대만 더 되게라야 다 가서만도 직직이 와서 아니 담보 되게 아니 지름 보지 똑하네. 아니 다 지름 보지다 자사람 보지 숨가 다 손에 산지 샤도에서 차가 그 똑하네 오더 좀 소소라 마투비까나 오더 차 sama 진제 냠도 직전에 아니 소주고야 다거로 고 가들 마 밥지 안테야 지 두시엔 발아니 추가나 바지 디가 수수 링아 예섬지 드더 바자나 제바 차사 맞아 수보트에 걸어야 이츠 수보 이츠 마보 점네 출로나 마타게 와 대나지 지네 마 다송 삼보레스 근데 절럼도 지 종송스.
And so now, and as we at the end of each the verse, think or imagine a light emanating from the heart of each object, each object in the merit field, from their heart, from Lama Tsongkhapa's heart to disciples' heart, and all other Buddhas, Bodhisattvas' heart, the light emanates from their hearts, and they all come to you, and then merge into one stream of light, just before it enters into your body. Through your head, and then now the light and nectar enters into your body through those tube or stream of light, and purifies all your negativities, and all the negativities created since beginningless time, and are being all washed away. So just like when you take a shower, you apply the soap, and then when you put water, when you pour water on, then all the soaps are washed away. Just like that. All the negativities, all the delusions, and all the negativities are purified or washed away like that. So first one, the foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. And now again imagine light emanating from the heart of all these holy objects and entering into you from your head, and purifying all the negativities, especially created in relation to one's Guru, by not respecting or by criticizing the Guru, or not respecting or not listening to his advice, or going against his advice, whatever negative karma that one has created by doing any of these non-virtuous actions in relation to Guru is being completely purified. And then again do the same kind of visualization of the light and nectar flowing down from the heart of all the holy objects and merging into one just above your head, and then entering into your body through the head, and this time you think that through that you have been granted with the realization of the Guru devotion.
다들 잡았는데 다 되게라 신이 돼서 도바 남주이나 대야네야고 야네야도 곰고 그래서 신이 돼서 도바지라 제쳤다.
So in order to develop this realization of Guru devotion, you have to meditate on like this again and again, again and again.
was. That is Langato Tanjung Muzum was. Tanjung Tanda Soso, Pananganazo Pena, Soso military Apojimba, Gotogores, Tanangazo Kataya, Yori, Kombapoya, Yori, Yigan Doshigari, Kana Lambda Lapshigari, catching a Manzo Mikaji Shingme was. Kaji Mazo Tanda military Apojimba, Kopchung in the near time, and the Yendan Sekandi and Yense Tondan, but me Aboji in some Gores.
And so the next one, is identifying or recognizing the Prophet human rebirth, and how meaningful it is, and how valuable it is, how rare it is to find, and so forth. And so, if we understand that, then we'll make a good use of it. We will not waste it, by doing meaningless things, but we'll, make a good use of it by doing the meaningful thing of practicing Dharma. So, therefore, recognizing or identifying the Prophet human rebirth is very important. So like for example, like just being able to speak, right? Like as a human beings, we know we can speak. We have a proper mind, right? We can walk. We can experience our feelings. We can study just like we wish. And we have all the external and internal favorable conditions. So there are many beings, many human beings, without many people without this kind of facilities. And so, so compared with that, what we have is very, very good rebirth, very, very good human rebirth we have, and so, so we should think of making good use of it. And then again, at the end of this verse, also imagine or visualize the light emanating from by making this strong request, all right, through the power of making this strong request. Imagine a light emanating from the heart of all the holy objects and entering into you, and then through that, purifying all the negativities, created since beginning of time, and then do that same visualization of light and nectar flowing from their heart and enter into your body. Second time, imagine that all the negativities, especially that obstructs one from achieving this kind of perfect human rebirth, is being all purified. And then during the third repetition, then you imagine that then you have been granted with the realization, with the power to achieve this kind of perfect human rebirth again. So understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly, day and night, takes its essence. And Tamadekala Tanga may appoint a change in lapsong, sometimes like Gavagomores. Nimbolan to some Nimbolan, but may appo, Tamin Nimbo, Tenda Tempas. And so now, at the end, imagine that you are being blessed, to be able to extract the essence from this property. So they're extracting or taking the essence means to be able to practice Dharma. So you can also think of being blessed to become a perfect practitioner.
다디 줄라 숄로카니디 다오는 님보 칸이 랭고 그래서나 아니 저와 맞다바 공고 그래서 레전드 야보 송고 그래서 저와 맞다바 야보 겁나 하거나 아니 레전드 수수 야보 송토 그래 담부 저와 맞다바 야보 쳐 그래서 아니 되는 렌데 야보 송고 그래서 특히 된다 그래서.
And then the next two verses, like why should we take essence, from this profitable rebirth? Is because it will not last, forever, and death will come soon. And so that's thinking about the death and impermanence. So if we think about the death and impermanence, then following that, we'll be able to follow the rules of abandoning what is to be abandoned and cultivating what is to be cultivated. So then, when we observe the karmic law of cause and effect properly.
근데 다티 야츠도 맞다다 받아든 버셔 같은나 아니 가디나 간지 아니 소소고지 소소소 고스인지 샤와 삼로 따지 아니 개와 야보지 듣고 있는 사람이 근데 신지랍송 삼으로 고스로.
And then so at the end of this second verse, imagine that you have again all these negativities purified. And then at the end, then the third repetition, and at the end of the third repetition, think that you are being blessed to be conscientious and follow the rules of karmic law of cause and effect properly. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white karma follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest of negativities and accomplish all virtuous deeds. So just like before, do the visualization of light and nectar flowing 3 times.
와야 당도 검자 선을 다다시라 뒤져고 말어. 아니 뒤 주들라 다 가서 된대인 받았다 간지 쳇들랑 가서 내 쳇든 내 제any용은 내 제만요서 개요 말해서 된대이자 가세 아니 쇼바이나 아니 드송삼에요 말해서 된대이자 애들이 예대요 말은 도매요 말에 예대요 말에 된대이자 쇼베면 동화 근지고 예대면 쓰비부터 님을 다니 저거 쇼라 진이라 간지 타왔던 이걸로 야보이지라 제와 신gelab도록 송것으로.
And so the next is thinking about how the samsaric pleasure are uncertain and cannot be relied upon, no matter what we have, no matter how much we experience or what we experience, and can never be satisfied and never be reliable. It always changes into the sufferings, and becomes the door to all sufferings. And so seeing that, and then develop a strong wish, wanting to be free from that, and generate the wish, to achieve liberation. So just like before, do the visualization 3 times.
다 남다 다 뒤줄라 다 네가 남다도 다 그래 타왔던 일로 돼서 된지가 타왔던 일로 돼 아니 가디인 받는 인생 근데
so do the same kind of visualization 3 times, right? But within a relation to the wish to achieve liberation. So having a strong thought of that being generated and at the end of the third repetition, so thing like that. Seeking samsaric pleasure is the door to all suffering. They are uncertain and cannot be relied upon. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate the strong wish for the bliss of liberation.
근데 temba나 신이제 랑이네 맞아봤지. 아니 지금 그디 임바이나 지 간지 타왔더니 이걸 로테. 아니 gelacce지 냠네 야보 용어 신지랍쇼 그래서
The next verse, is to being able to follow the practice, of the individual liberation vows, with the with the mindfulness, introspection, and conscientiousness. So this is led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great cautions arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Patimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice.
Okay, 다 대바든 가서 아니 신의 뜻을 아니 단조 내가 저와 맞다바 레전드 고인님 자성 직삼당사레스.
Up to that, we have already contemplated on Guru devotion, prophethood and rebirth, death and impermanence, karmic law, cause and effect, the shortcomings of the samsara.
Okay, 디가 아니 제와 아니 중우도 도모바 리더 도모바 남기는 발로 좀 어디 접수말레스.
So with that, up to that, we have already gone through the practice, of the small and common practice, common small common practice, and medium and common practice.
Okay, 다 뒤줄라 다 가서 다 검자고 말 다 뒤줄라 다 뒤줄라 가서 다 상접선 공에 들었는데 마다 내 제우 춘부 남기는 바 제우 춘부라니 도모하려고 말다 제우 춘부 남기는 발로 좀 하려고 그래서.
So the small and medium, they are called common path because they are common, with the great scopes path. But the great scopes path, is great scopes path only. It's not common because it's only practiced by the great scope practitioners.
Okay, 다들 마다 가서 상접선 제고다 다 상접선 차야 그래서.
So after this, you generate bodhichitta, you become bodhisattva.
Okay, 상접선나 아니 senche바나 젠더 양다도 상접도 대 상접선 되려고 그러고.
So bodhicitta, is a mind, wishing to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings.
그러와 안디나라 라니 소소롱와 지제다 마전도와 그냥 된다면 돈에 도와 저기 크리치비 상접 선별적으로 신gel로스.
And it's called a generation of the mind of enlightenment, a mind, wishing to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. And so the verse here says, just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother migratory beings. Please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings.
다들 라니 소소롱와 지제다 나라나지 대화도지 둥암도 봐임바. 아니 대화만도죠. 둥암만도죠 둥하기 그러고. 참바보 용ting. 대화도죠. 아니 대외 봉대화. 간지 라니 소소롱과 지제다. 아니 나라한테 말이지 남전다 마전다와 차단 대단다고 전제되다. 근데 그 둥하던 돈에 안에 심지된 로와 둥하를 조와 집에서도 캐드 코드 나랑을 캐니 다 상주고 선도 gelacce가 아니 다 라마 예담 상주 선배 라다 라메가 신gel랍도 오사야 되거든요.
And so just as I have fallen into the seas of samsara, like it says, so just like myself, even though I wish to have, I wish to be free from suffering, but I have to go through all this suffering. Even though I wish to have happiness, but I'm deprived of happiness. And so just like that, all sentient beings are are also going through the same kind of experience. And seeing this, so one takes the responsibility to free all these sentient beings, from suffering and bring them all the happiness that they wish. And so, in order to do so, one must achieve enlightenment. So then, requesting for a blessing, to be able to generate that bodhicitta, which takes the responsibility of freeing all sentient beings.
Okay. 다다다 곰다 같은 단도 소지서가 나만도 자외도 곰시 대다 샤야 다 장소 소소설라 세대가 소소 가쇼 쳐서 까리 체소지다 가리나 소선 되는 사람 다 쇼스.
And so with the same kind of visualization or the merit field that you have visualized earlier, now you think of the most dear person to you in front of you. No, sentient being, or it can be your pet, your animal, your pet, cats or dogs or human beings. So think of that person or that being in front of you.
Okay.
And then think of that person, that being that's most dear to you, is going through some kind of suffering, let's say very hungry.
Okay.
Feeling very, very hungry. So then think of you having all that the responsibility or the power to feed that person. And then from your side, you say, of course, I will take the responsibility, to feed that person or feed that being. And so here you're saying, you're requesting for a blessing, to be able to take that responsibility.
Okay,
so now do that meditation until you get some kind of feeling in your mind.
당어서 곰시바 이야기했을 때 오자야. 다 저랑도 줄로페야. 저랑도 소송도사 람가들이야. 근데 sembat 그거 양 소소 답대오면 돼 곰고 말이야. 답대오요나. 양 가지한 거는 예외가 그때요. 미랑 거대 연구를 때내자. 배나 시민도 전하고 양만나 스코어도시. 아니 람가들이야. 고마자마도시. 더 리더시 좀 다셔서.
Then now we're going to change in a different object. So if you don't find, if you don't feel it comfortable to do, then you don't have to do it. So imagine, while you're walking on the sidewalk, you see this cat or dog or a squirrel, on the ground, not able to even walk.
아니 그런 내가 지마도 로봇 챙에 근데 감면 통도 좀 당고 그러서.
So going through so much suffering and trying to drag itself, and there's nobody to help it, and it can't help itself, and there's no other people or beings to help it.
근데 요와는 다 소소문에 때 간제 근데 쪼야기 쪼고고도 선배서 뭐 휴지 못 깨기도 왔어. 제대로 해서.
So when you see that kind of scenario of this poor animal going through so much suffering, so you will have very strong wish to help it, right?
Okay, then you chill do it. Okay, that's good.
Okay, you can come out of
Now you can come out, okay? Otherwise you fall asleep. Too long meditation. Then you chill do it, subject chill yung do
So do you see the difference?
So to them the chill do it. Tambu so gasa ni jesa karate chill shemba semche kangite de chill do it.
So once the person or the being who is closest to oneself, one that who feels dearest, and there's another one, a stranger, just any kind of animal going through suffering. So do you see the difference? Which one do you feel like helping more?
Close one?
Both.
Both. They're not different? Huh? It is different, right? Manzo nambe chojana namji na ta suzu go pena machi la puchi na ta te amati ya amade la tindi kangen thego na ta pudi ta ja job kar was te pesha kare se na yan lumande ya te pen rogi ma kom da kajme sha de was.
So you know, here in Buddhism, I mean, in teaching, you talk about mother, sentient being, right? So if it's your mother, you know, who's going through so much suffering, then of course as a son you will do definitely, right? You will definitely go out and go, you know, forward and then help the mother. So I don't know, in this country, not necessarily that everybody feels like that about their mother. So you know, so therefore I asked to choose the one that you feel most close and most dear with.
양 참자면 소소고 파말 텐데 강에 되고 샘거나 양샘 되고요 말이야 지고요 말이야.
And then sometimes also, you know, if you ask or advise to look at your mother in that kind of wretched, you know, condition, then you don't feel comfortable either.
근데 이제 뒤에 전에다 소소고 썸번 남라다나 소소 샘나 가리 가고나 간지 세는 예와 땅으로 이거 그래서.
So therefore, you know, you can think of any other kind of beings, you know, so whichever the one that you feel more comfortable to do, and at the end result should be that it has to transform your thought, you know, transform your mind.
오케이. 어떻게 다 상주고 샘 계가 답시대 다 샘질 때는 계문가 계도 말 답시고 요 말.
So that's how you generate bodhicitta, you know, by seeing the sufferings in others. Of course, taking oneself as example, then you see the sufferings in others, and then wish, you know, for them to be free from that, and then you take the responsibility upon yourself to free that. That's called bodhicitta.
상주고 샘세는 것도 계도와 있나? 뒤가 쏘는 데 아니 맹가서 다 잠블리까지 다 강화나 아니 딱 그러. 좋은 말이더라 와.
So
상주고 샘지고 쏘는 거 초대 지금 쏘라고 있나? 아니 가지 사자도 좋은 말했어 잠블리야.
And so the, you know, just by having that kind of thought, altruistic thought, you know, towards others, you accumulate good amount of merit. So bodhicitta, and so once you, the benefit of bodhicitta is that once you generate bodhicitta, you know, towards sentient beings, then the merit that you accumulate, you know, is so huge. So if it was to have a form, you know, a physical form, it would be so big that this world will not be enough to feed it.
로 상주고 샘지 마스메 개와도 계획은 내가 롱치주나 센도 그래서. 샤지고 샘배 개와대 삼 맞게 받아서 이거 말해서 쇼주나 소요 봐. 개와지게 취시진데야 저거진에 세브런 개와 개와냐. 샤지 샘지 주시 따바인 저거진에 무슨 파반지라서 양편도 그래서.
So you know, so like if other virtues are created, you know, that's not conjoined with bodhicitta, then once you experience the result of that virtue, then that virtue is gone. You know. But the virtue, you know, conjoined with bodhicitta, even if you experience the result of that virtue, you know, it will still be there until you achieve enlightenment. You know, so just like it is said in Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life. So other virtues are like a, you know, like a banana tree. You know, so the banana tree, once, you know, once the banana grows, then the banana tree is no use, and then you have to plant another new banana tree. But then other trees, like, you know, the tree is there all the time. Then it gives you bear the fruit, and then again next time it bears. So that's like another kind of tree. Bodhicitta is like the other kind of tree, and then other virtues are just like a banana tree.
그런데 상주고 샘세의 지나도 지는 지나도 상주 샘바 자로. 보이나 상주 샘바, 보면나 상주 샘마. 상주 샘 들리지나?
사모드는 집어라.
그래요.
부모기 받아.
부모지 지나 라초이래요. 지나 코는.
So anyway, so you become bodhisattva. You know, you become bodhisattva once you have generated bodhicitta.
아니 지나 태와 친부 가사도 차서 말해.
So you become the Mahayanist. So like, you know, a practitioner on the Mahayana path.
아니 지금 딱 뭐다 하다 라마에 참이 샤서도 이렇게 말해.
And then you become an object of veneration by all the humans and gods.
근데 이제 다 대용화도 상주 샘팅 편이로 봐.
So those are the benefits of bodhicitta.
근데 이제 다 상주 샘지 조직 용어지 템바나 빼야 버려. 조직 용어도 삼삼모도 되게 그래서 다 조명 용어도 초망식으로 그러 봐.
And so even if you have bodhicitta, you know, where you have to make effort, you know, to generate it, you know, it's still very, very powerful, very, very beneficial. But then if you have simultaneous bodhicitta, where you don't have to make any effort, just comes, without having any effort, then that's the genuine bodhicitta. So when you have generated that bodhicitta, then you enter into the path. It's the path of accumulation. That's the first part of the Mahayana vehicle. So when you get a PhD degree, what do you become? Doctor?
Right? What the Shanju Samsa Tera was things after this.
And so the bodhicitta is just like that for bodhisattva.
Okay? Yes.
I feel like it would maybe sometimes be, for me, I would feel a more pure sympathy for the animal on the sidewalk, so I don't know what that means. Would I need to work on generating that same level of sympathy for the person?
소소 동안 용어는 소소 생기 동안 하고 돌아. 다시 동안 하고 도해져 때 소소 용어나 소소 동안 용토는 신다기 어디나시다 소소 하고 돌아. 어디서 거다. 근데 이거 신다기 동안다 어코다 닝지 동안 용어도 쓰는 삼박게 돌아서 와. 그래서 다 파저 람가라 심이다 되는 스쿨 되는 다 나 진에 되는 랑마도 되는 제대로나 됐어 거다.
대리나
다 당부드렸더라.
제 고에다 당모도 거기서 나도 수수 동안에 못 찾고 그랬어. 만소 쇼주 나 여러 봤어. 예지가로 랑가던다.
되다디.
근데 물음서야 막이나 예지던다 갈아녀스. 간지 수수 그 지금 동안 연거 요와 강연 저거 요와 때 당모 대녀고 대녀는 다 코양 나도 지발 동안 도고 매와 뇌장 동안 참아야 파잖아. 아니 쇼체제가 됐어. 당모 수수 제거래.
Yeah, so having a sympathy is really good. So before you have that, usually, you can have empathy or sympathy only if you understand your own suffering, right? So if you have you understand your suffering, then you see that on other people, then you will have the sympathy. So if you don't know there's a suffering or you don't feel that upon yourself, then you will not have that kind of feeling. So that's very close to like having a compassion. So after that, once you have the sympathy, then it's I wish this being is free from that suffering. So when you have that wish, that's called the compassion. But not just living on that wish, wanting them to be free from them, but you do something, to have that. So that's like taking the responsibility upon yourself, to free that being from suffering. And then after that, and it says, okay, I myself will do that. Then when you take that, but I can't do it, all by myself, so I have to become a Buddha. When you have that thought, then that becomes bodhicitta.
저도 고난 US. Do you know how to problem with Margaret?
Migraine.
Any problem? In our experience? If who has experienced theirs, I say, today at the market, you say, it's very bad. Yeah, you have experience, right? If you never, he got some headache. Not much feeling. It's different feeling, right? You have the experience, so someone just heard the word, different experience. Therefore, first you recognize your own suffering. Then you say, all Mother Samchi is the same as me. They don't want any problem, any sufferings. But there always problems come. One finish, another one come in. One finish, another one come in. One also not the one finish it, but another one come in. Same as me. Because myself, I want to free from all the suffering, same as all them. For you recognize that. Then anyway, like that. Tell the time, no Shanju was in Jala, no PhD Chibai Bas. PhD Jala team all Makalishu Jaguewa.
So generating bodhicitta is just like obtaining a PhD degree. So before you get the PhD degree, you have to work very, very hard, right, to get that. Just like that, in order to generate bodhicitta, you have to work very hard too. You have to go through all those practices of the small and medium scopes.
Tadi kare tingala kando ko ta chosong ni ba ta ko ro was. Ah. Ale temenge ta jende menga de san mamro ro ta jimashi.
Ale
ta shanju ko sen jewala jakarin do ko re. Yeah, for the member harboria.
And then of course then you have to once you have gone through those common paths, right? And then you come to generate bodhicitta. So when you come to generate bodhicitta, what are the causes for generating bodhicitta?
Okay.
Do you know the causes for generating bodhicitta?
Yeah, maybe Harvard.
What are the
Okay.
causes for generating bodhicitta? What is the cause of generating bodhicitta?
It's aspiration.
There are two. Well, how do you generate bodhicitta? What's the two ways of generating bodhicitta?
Yeah.
Two ways of generating bodhicitta.
Okay.
So those are the cause. So through that, then you will be able to generate bodhicitta. So
Okay.
there are two ways.
What are the two ways?
One is that. One is emptiness. Is understanding.
No, this is a man. You guys are not that this.
Equalizing, exchanging self with others,
Uh-huh.
and the other is
Dashi Nyamje.
full cause and effect.
Yes. Those two.
That's good.
The equalizing and exchanging self with others, and the second is sevenfold cause and effect.
Okay. You all got it?
So you say that's a cause? Because I
The
mean,
kanji shanjik cause got it. Shanjik jesa mara when you jeta mara.
the method to develop.
Jesa mara.
유라고르기 탑실라고.
다 대 시다 jelawar ba. Jesa mara when you jesa daje nyamje ko jesa da jene me wadi jesa res. 다 jene me ga jene jesa kan 다 파르디 샤다. 오케이.
뭐라서는 다 딜라 기술 샤거르기 계속 탑실
샘
샤거르기.
jesul.
네, 계속 탑실 샤거르기 더 유샤거르. 딜라 유레베스.
다 탑시로 돼 탑시로.
유마라스.
주말 때 탑시로. 탑시니 요레스 탑시 mara when 다 탑시 mara 되니. 다 되니 가는 나더니 다돼 주대 jene me ga din도 도 그래서.
Yeah, so there will be two methods.
I think two methods we
Two
can.
methods for generating bodhicitta.
Exchanging self with others and sevenfold.
We would have got it if you said
That's embarrassing. No, I wouldn't have got
저런
it.
게 줄랍선서, 줄란 막 건조 고마서서.
Okay.
그럼 탑실라베는 건조 고.
You either get it or you don't.
Okay, good. Anyway, that's good. Everyone got right. 시에도 님의 쇼 말이 님 다시 냠지고는 제서다 아니 진행마 된거는 제서 니요레.
So what are the two methods?
Okay.
Changing self with others.
Okay.
So there are only two ways, right? Only two ways to
Only
generate
two ways I think we
bodhicitta.
say.
Either through equalizing and exchanging self with others, or through the sevenfold cause and effect instructions.
대나
Sevenfold cause and effect instructions.
다시 냠지고는 샴쟁에 대 샴지서 뭐 온본는 못 제래. 지금 대 상황 맞이 간주부지라고 말했어.
I won't get it wrong.
상황으로 해서 다시 냠지 대.
So the method of generating bodhicitta through equalizing and exchanging self with other is for sharp faculty bodhisattvas, the sharp faculty practitioners, and those are like considered as more secret practice.
오케이. 다 전에 명아 된 건 다 로장한테 가르쳤어. 다 전에 명아한테 시트돼야.
And then the common one is the sevenfold cause and effect instruction. So when it says sevenfold cause and effect instruction, so what are they?
다 나도 테마 만볼랍사다. We talked it many times. The
What are the sevenfold cause and effect instruction?
okay. No go, okay? No, go. Okay. Anyone knows? Okay, how you can count, you can count.
The kindness of our mothers, understanding the downfalls of cherishing ourselves and the benefits of cherishing others.
That's the equalizing extensive with us. Geshe is talking about the sevenfold cause.
Sevenfold cause. Okay, anyone? Bob? Not yet?
Sevenfold.
Okay, ask her. Okay.
Yeah.
샹지구 쌤도 샹지구 쌤나 쌤지. 야, 당보 당님도 걸어왔어.
So you say equanimity, right? Yeah, so that's the first one.
First one. After?
But that's not considered. That's not considered as the sevenfold cause and effect. But before that, the
Yeah.
preface, yeah. So before that, you need the equanimity.
샹지구 쌤도 가는데 쌤지 탐적 체의 상대 고바 톱고 누 쌤에서 들어봤어. Yes.
So is the next one recognizing that all beings as your mother?
Yes, yeah.
And then wanting to repay their kindness?
Good.
Remembering their kindness.
Remembering their kindness and then wanting to repay their kindness.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Anyone help?
One,
Okay.
be happy, one, not have suffering, say, I will do it, or what, I will do it myself, I will enlighten to do this.
샹바니제로.
So what do you call that? Fourth one. What do you call it?
Unusual,
Fourth one?
So wanting them to be happy, right?
Happy is four.
So what is that? Wanting them to be happy is? What do you call that? Love. Yeah.
So 4 is love.
4 is love, and then
5 is compassion.
compassion,
From suffering.
and then
I would
6 is
do it myself.
taking the responsibility. Right? So we call it
Responsibility.
superior intention. Superior intention. So not just saying, oh, may they be happy, may they be free from suffering, but I myself will do. So taking the responsibility on yourself. So that's called the superior intention or superior thought. So those are the 6. Right?
Okay.
Those are the 6 causes. Those are the 6 causes, and then the result is what?
When to reach enlightenment.
The result is the bodhicitta. So it's called a 7-fold cause and effect. So 7-fold, there are 7. The cause, 6 are cause, and then the 7th one is the result, which is the bodhicitta.
Oh, the 7th one is
Bodhicitta, yeah.
Okay. You got it? Everyone got it? Tambu, recognize mother. Mashi,
So first one is recognize all sentient beings as your mother,
then Tenten,
and then remembering their kindness,
Tunso,
and wishing to repay their kindness,
Tunso, Yong,
and then affectionate love,
Niji Chambu,
and then compassion,
Lasam Namda,
and superior intention,
and the Shanjabu Sem.
and then bodhicitta.
Okay? Tayin Godmatana, Shanjabu Sem said, Semje Pana, Gender, Yanda to be Shanjude, Semje Tamjo Sanje Komba, Toya, Chet, Yanda of Sanje Komba, Toba Chain Sambilote, the Nigella Shanjabu Sem like yours.
So the bodhicitta, or the mind of enlightenment, generational mind or mind of enlightenment, is wishing to achieve complete enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Yes.
I'm sorry, may I have number 5 again?
No more, no.
Special good luck.
It's expensive, okay?
It will cost you.
Okay? Shanjabu Sem, what Shanjabu Sem can you go?
So what is bodhicitta?
Wanting to have enlightenment for all sentient beings.
Yeah.
Semje Tamjo Sanje Komba Tomtoglo, Semje Pano Gender, Yanda to be Shanjude, and Mudoja Son, Jesus Shamong.
So for the sake of others, right? For the sake of all sentient beings, wishing to achieve enlightenment.
There is some like yours.
So that thought, right, wanting to be fully enlightened for the benefit of us or for the sake of other sentient beings. So that thought is called bodhicitta.
Okay? Teacher Shudara Chundo Sam to Soraba.
Can you generate that thought?
College Jan Tenaji Chudo second Chethora, second chilla.
So is it possible to generate that kind of thought?
Second, little bit red. No, red now you can do like that. Passport,
Can
1
you
minute.
have that kind of thought even just for 1 second?
1 second red.
1 minute?
Tell them to change no one, so change no.
So we call it, that's called artificial bodhicitta. It's not real bodhicitta, but and then also a bodhicitta with effort. So you can't, you will not just have it, that thought easily, so you have to make effort, so much effort, to have that thought. So it's called bodhicitta with effort.
Okay, Shanjabu Sem Lana, Samadansi race, or Samadansi.
So bodhicitta is a mind, right? Bodhicitta is a state of mind.
Okay, Tandi Chanazo Tambo, Nani, Tangi, Chusupin, Chising, Navangela Chusoya, Tirikon and go something US.
So, at around 5 o'clock today, right around 5 o'clock today, you had that thought of going to the center for class tonight.
Oh, something taste some sort of what, some to thunder.
That's a thought, right? That's a mind, thought.
Okay. Ta Shanju Tanda de Shanju Sem Day, but Ta Shanju Sena Manda near it. Member than Jupas near it.
And so bodhicitta, there are 2 kinds, right?
What are they?
Oh, relative and absolute.
What are they?
군조 정수sem다 던다 정수sem사.
No.
대 니가, 대 저 니가.
No, Gugone.
The contrived and the spontaneous?
So I mean, there are many different ways of dividing, right? In
Yeah,
terms of the
many
nature, in terms of the entity. 던다 정수sem다 군조 정수sem다 그래거든.
Sem Jessica was the money. Manmar. Gugone.
Contrived and ultimate, that's all I know.
Taka, Sem Jessica gone, Pedro Chudji gone, Gugone Yava, Sem Jessica gone Yava. And the Troji gone Yava. The two sayer, Yava Manosha, 2 years. 다 고고네서 나다 뉴스. 다지리지 고네다. 다지리지 고네. 대다수 그렇지. 다지리 고네.
왜?
간다 대다수는 샘제 말어. 고샘제 다셔. 다지리 고네.
So, I mean, there are different way of dividing the bodhicitta, into different kinds.
The sixth difference.
So, from the
고고네. 고고네요.
I forgot that term. You know,
Say-
like when
Shachu
we talk
say
about
Members say-
divisions, they're etymology, yeah. So etymologically, there are two kinds. So that's that bodhicitta, ultimate bodhicitta and the relative bodhicitta. Because the ultimate bodhicitta is not really not the bodhicitta. It's not real bodhicitta, right? It's a emptiness. It's a wisdom realizing emptiness. So ultimate bodhicitta is that. So therefore, it's not. It's etymologically, you can call it bodhicitta, but it's not a real bodhicitta. So when you say etymologically divided, then you can say those kind of two. But when it's divided, in terms of the nature or entity, then there are two kinds. Okay.
Okay.
What are they?
고고네.
It's like one when you're planning your trip and then when you're taking the trip. And then
Yeah. That's,
Exactly like that.
yeah.
Remember the name? Bob? Deborah?
Aspiring and engaging.
Yes.
That's good.
So aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta. Okay. So wishing bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta. So those are the two kinds.
다 빼시지 나왔던다. 멤버 섬지 세대 제고 누구 섬지었는데 대들 뒤 섬들에서. 주바티 대체 제대 샤한자원 조합해 로소지와 강가 진바도 못들도 강가된 로고 그래서.
So what did you say?
What?
Did you say two? The
An example is like one when you're sort of planning.
Planning,
and
yes,
looking at
okay.
the map, but then
planning
you
and doing.
Actually
yeah,
doing
yeah, like that. Yeah. So anyway, that's the term. Planning. So wishing, right? So like first one is like wishing. So I must go. You are like making the plan. So you're thinking, wanting to go somewhere, and then you're actually going there. Those two actions, right? So at the beginning, you're just making a plan. You're just wishing, and then so that's like I must achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. That's like wishing bodhicitta, and then carried by that thought. Then you say, okay, now for that, I'm going to do prostration, I'm going to do meditation, I'm going to do study, all these things. Then that becomes engaging bodhicitta. So engaging bodhicitta is engaging in action or practice, with the bodhicitta thought.
오케이. 다 담보 다 전에 명한테 가려야. 관계 잘도 쉽게 취재하다.
So now, what are the sevenfold cause and effect instructions?
게 취재돼. Everyone say.
Everybody
Very loud.
recognizing everyone as your mother, remembering their kindness, wanting to repay their kindness,
affectionate love,
affectionate love,
What's loud?
superior intention, and bodhicitta.
Done?
And then bodhicitta.
오케이. 다들 말하도 무디셔는 말 없대.
so now go in the reverse.
Superior intention, compassion, affectionate love, and wanting to repay their kindness, recognizing their kindness and remembering their kindness and recognizing their mother.
Yes.
Okay. Here very close. Here very quiet. Okay. 나도 자살했는데 두신 나그래. 마음보람나니 롤블렛 때 가로 레라고 내그러 와서.
So in the monastery, that's how we study. We repeat it, say it out loud many times, and that way it stays in your mind.
이거 별에 해달라고 별에 빼시는 거 건다 로요 말아. 별 로요 말다. 로고 sabden sabden ko pu ba se do peda. Ane lo ma ta gonda ge peri do gonda thire ge chhe ta lo tho thire. Ane ge to kanga ko lo no da ge ma ge mi kana te le ge to so ya jo mala ane kanga lo so.
So anyway, in Tibet, like Geshe was saying, in Tibet many long time ago, because Geshe didn't know in Tibet. He studied only in India. So I said, not only in Tibet, even like in Kapan Monastery, when I first started there, we didn't have a text with us. Nobody had a textbooks with you. So the teacher would just read it aloud and just you repeat after the teacher, and that's how you remember.
You memorize
We didn't have textbook with us, and then and so in Tibet, like when there's no electricity, right? So they have those who have text, they don't have electricity in that, so they study with the light on incense. The incense light, the fire, small fire, and then you put it right on next to it, and then you see the letter like that, and that's how you study.
Yeah.
Smoke in your face?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't care. You know, in Tibetan, they study, they're not enough to food always. They say, always hungry. Sometimes they're very hungry, what they do, they put some, something, anything to put,
Stone.
gosh,
Stone.
they put that, they study like that. India is not like that. Anyway, okay, okay. Okay, Tamchu said that you repeat, okay? Repeat loudly, okay?
So
Then you don't have to.
recognizing all sentient beings as mother,
Good.
remembering their kindness, wishing to repair their kindness, repair their kindness, affectionate love, great compassion, superior intention, bodhicitta.
다 부딪히는 마일라도.
Bodhicitta, superior intention, great compassion, affectionate love, wishing to repay their kindness, remember their kindness, recognizing all sentient beings as mother.
Okay, now you guys say.
Recognizing all sentient beings as being a mother. Recognizing their
No book, no looking text.
wanting to repay their kindness, affectionate love, compassion, superior intention, bodhicitta,
Okay, what the true kind bodhicitta?
aspiring to spiritual being.
How the example? And what was?
Wishing to go and going.
Okay.
In
now,
Tibetan, we say dowar dadan dowai. It means wishing to go and going.
드와도 드와이 시라치다 시바샤 준준아 여러분.
So wishing to go, it says I'm going to go, and wishing to go, that's wishing bodhicitta. And then going, so when you're going, that's engaging bodhicitta.
Okay, 다 딩을 가는데 다 따념 거래, 따념.
So before all this, what do you need? Equanimity, yes.
에코노미 가래 거래, 가래 따념 거잖아.
So equanimity of what?
For what?
Mind? Okay. Huh? Of what?
Not discriminating.
What? Self and others. Self and others. Yeah.
오케이, 다 semje tamche 대완도 봐, 누가 먼저 봐, 칭송이 봐, 대라고네 에코노미 선도 지금지. 다 따다지는 담은 못 보여서.
Tengazo didida pera dashan nyamje chena dirida.
야,
Dashan nyamje kapsena dirida.
다 야나 야만나
Dewadogan dungan toma chigo.
대완도 누가 먼저 봐, 칭송해서.
강한데 다 가서 윤대명가 눈들라. 다이나 다니 벌써.
자야나 자니마 치바. 녀는 녀녀 치바. 따다지 봐이고 그래서.
So there are two, seeing all sentient beings equal, they're all same in wanting to be happy and not wanting any suffering. So that kind of equanimity. So that one usually is at the beginning of equalizing and exchanging self with others. But at the beginning of the sevenfold cause and effect instruction, you see all beings equal. So being equal to you. So if they have been, they've been equally friend, equally enemy, equally stranger. So seeing equal like that, in that way.
대영어를 아니 영어 맞을 거고 그러다.
So for that, then you have to understand you have to believe in previous life. So otherwise, how will they be all same, being your enemy or your a friend or stranger, right?
아니 제발라 도마메다 아니 다 가지 가시래 지금 아마 이거 왜 봤는데 다 심지 참은 아마 제뉴말에 선배선도 계속 거고 그래.
And so, so there's no, you have to believe in previous lives, right? And then you have to know there's like beginningless lives, and then how they have, how they've been, how you had a previous life, and during that life you had a mother, and then before that, there's also life. There also, if you were born from a womb, then you definitely have a mother. If you are born from a womb or egg, and you have a mother, unless you are born like miraculously or through the heat, moisture, and like that, then otherwise you have to have mother all the time, right? So that's how you come to recognize that all sentient being has been your mother.
Do you saw here any mouse here? You don't saw here? Not here? Not today, right? Here we have a lot of mouse, right?
Little guy.
전소 mouse 되게 보고 소녀였어. mouse 되게 아마 소녀였나?
So the mouse has been your mother? This
What do you
mouse,
think?
the mouse that's roaming around here, has been your mother?
제가서 아무도 소 많이 드셔야 돼. 아, 마우스가 아마 소 많이 드셔야 돼.
So can you prove that this mouse has been your mother? Huh? Cannot? You should be able to prove, right? Or can you prove that it has not been your mother?
No.
So one time, one of my teachers said, if you can prove, if you can give one proof of them not being mother, I'll give you 10 proof of them being your mother. So because there's no proof at all, of not being mother, right? So. So you have to prove it, right? You have to. How do you prove it? By thinking about all the reasons, all these kind of reasons, how they have been your mother. So for that you have to understand the cause and effects. Can you have a result without? Can there be an effect without a cause? That's the nature, right? Of the the reality. And then cause also has to have the auxiliary cause and the substantial cause, right? Can iron create a wood, or can a wood create iron? Why not?
It's not the same cause, yeah.
It's not same substance, right?
Plant the chili seed and extract.
So like that, if you think about it, the cause and effect in that way, then we have this body and a mind, right? Two separate things. So the substantial cause of our this body is our parents' sperm and egg, right? That's true, right? That's accepted by scientists too, right? So this the substantial cause of our body came from somebody else, right? So this mind of ours, it has to be born, also it has to be produced, right? So it has to be produced from a cause, the cause that has the same kind of substances as itself, right? Same substance.
Okay?
So we have to go back, so we have to go back. Today's mind came from yesterday, like then that 10 years before, and then 20 years before, and then that time when it was born, right? So this mind of mine came from the time when I was born as a baby, and then before that when I was in the womb, before that when I was conceived, right? So before that when I was in intermediate state, before that when I was about to die, and then before that when I was alive. So where was life? So that was the previous life, like that. So that's how you go back, to the previous life.
Okay, now, but that you have to think a lot, logically, think about. If you really think it,
so there has to be cause of that mind, and it has to be a same substance of the mind, right? It cannot be from somewhere else or somebody else's mind. It has to be the continuum, same substantial continuum of the mind. And then where does it come from? So it didn't just start at the womb, or it didn't just start at the conception, right? Where did it come from then? So before that, where was it? So it goes all the way back, to the previous life.
And then to number children, Pama never cover up, Pardo, Tan Judo, Jolans. And the Kaza Pama thing that leg in Javayana, and it take a coin to Shandoy.
And so usually, in Buddhism, it's explained that the consciousness of the previous life, before it conceives into mother's womb, it's looking for a rebirth, right? So in the previous life, it died, and then it's in intermediate state. Now it's looking for the rebirth, and so then when you see the parents of this life copulating, and that at that time the person with that karma will see the parents copulating, and then so depending on depending on what kind of rebirth she's going to have, he's going to have, if he's going to be male or female, then it will have. So that will be a big, would be angry, would be if like a boy, would be attached to the mother and would be angry with the father, and that will cause the end of the intermediate state, and then, it will go into the the conception, and so at that time, then then the rebirth will start. So that's how it's explained in Buddhism. So it comes in what called it enters, at that time, and at the time when the parents are copulating and they say, he sees the consciousness sees that, and then like I said, that will cause that action of strong attachment to, if it's going to be boy, a male, attachment to mother and a hatred, or aversion, to the father, will cause it to die from the intermediate state and then take the rebirth. Then opposite is like if it's a girl, will have attraction to the father and aversion to the mother, and then that will cause the death of the intermediate state.
Okay, this is
that's how it is explained in Buddhism. So what does the scientist explain?
How scientists that when the person
when does the consciousness enter into the womb? Huh?
They don't say.
Normally it deals with it, as far as I
Yeah. So it doesn't. They don't say the consciousness entering, right? 그래서 남시 닝섬 저기 길을 그는 요 말거든. 나 걸어서 나도 레버디라서 그래. 레버디 디나로 차이로 그래.
not in a clean way.
레버드 가디는 작으면도 돼. 맨날 부모님도 되어 간가 작으면도 하고.
사마도 차이가 많다.
사마 작으면도 다 가지는 작으면 가디 작으잖아.
대단하다. 제 막상을 쳐야 돼.
맨날 부모님이라야 제 쯤에왔지. 그래서 따다래 와 임반나 자자 보 제위 작으잖아.
So sometimes like in scientists, what you see is why don't they conceive, right? Why the parents don't or the mother don't conceive is because something, right? Because of something wrong there. But if everything is good, right? So father's sperm is good, mother's egg is good, and there's no problem in the womb, there's nothing wrong. So but still they don't conceive. Why is that? Such cases like that, right? The mother's womb is good, the sperm is good, egg is good.
Science wouldn't have an answer if all the conditions, all the ingredients match.
Ingredients, everything is good. The place, to develop the child is good, and everything is good. So why is it not happening?
They probably point to some mental disturbance between the husband and wife, or
그래서 something.
Or exterior
sometimes.
environment, radiation.
So that's kind of like, but never talk about consciousness not entering, right? So if they don't have, they don't find the karmic, the consciousness, with the karmic relationship with that consciousness, it will not conceive.
아니 그래 제 좋아지면 성도는 좋아지면서 성도는 보기만 쳐야 돼.
That consciousness 되네.
보기 때문에 보기 맞아야 돼.
So the mother and father and mother, if they think they don't want to have a child, the sperm and egg is good, womb is good, and they just don't think they want to have a child. So will they not have a child? No, right? They will still have a child if they have a karma to have a child. So just their thinking, not wanting to have a child, will not prevent them from having a child.
There used to be a theory in Western psychology that a baby was born as a blank slate, essentially. I'm sorry.
oh, sorry.
Just sort of, and then, but okay, now we, like psychologists, they know, doctors, they know, that's not the case, that the baby's born with a lot of stuff, but it's just, it still doesn't address, when that consciousness really begins. I mean, the different religions have ideas about when life begins,
Mm-hmm.
but the consciousness.
나 맞아 두시면 돼.
Because in like Christianity, Catholicism, all that, they believe that life there's, as far as I know, there's still no ideas about
How?
the conscious centers.
Okay, anyway, think about that more, okay? This is very interesting, very, how you say, philosophy you have to think. You have to prove the philosophy. Okay? Okay, I think that's stop it. Any emergency question? Yes?
I just have a quick question. That meditation that we did tonight, would you recommend we go through that whole thing on a daily basis?
Yes, of course, if you can do it,
It's much
definitely
taken every
it's
day.
advisable to do it. Yeah.
Because you can more, right now you have to think about word, think about meaning, you have to many things. You do more and more, then very easy. Just you can, just 1 minute, you can meditate a whole lam-rim, this book. If you're very useful. Right now we're not able to read, therefore, how you can, sozo, niba tuene mata, sozo gom jap majal ralegre.
Yes, definitely, should be meditated on like that. And more you meditate, more familiar you will become. Then easier you become. Right now, we have to think about many reasons, many things. We have to make a lot of effort. So you will come to the. So if you keep on doing this like this all the time, then you will come to the point where you not have to make any effort at all. It will just come by itself, and you can do it very fast. That's what Geshe is saying. Like, then you can meditate whole lam-rim, in just a minute like that.
And they are chana panru do marde, chana tina kali kali na te jap. Para para chum chum.
So like you don't have to follow all these orders right here. Whichever you feel like meditating on, you can just meditate on that.
Okay? Yeah, this is good, very good you to try to every day much you can. Because lam-rim ke nyamle chol majde ane toba jala chemaje gom jama jala le.
So whether you have the realization of the lam-rim or not depends on whether you meditate on it or not.
Gom majo ala tinde insare tatne nambe lagbore something also semna hakowachi machena ane kala sana chojo hakowachi ina kala masa shaja chibachore.
So it's like you have to gain the experience of it. So to gain the experience, you have to meditate on it. Just not just living at the intellectual understanding. So this is how it is. This is how many divisions there are, and this is what the definition is. Just not just understand that, but really doing the practice to gain experience within yourself. It's like so yeah, if you eat, you will fill up your stomach. But if you don't eat, and just say, oh yeah, I know, it will fill up my stomach. But then if you don't eat it, it will never fill up your stomach.
Yeah, this is exactly that. Lam-rim, we need to try to very meditation, day by day. Whenever you have time, just even you just go walking, driving, don't serious, don't close your eyes, but think about the
about sevenfold cause and effect instruction. You can think about that while you're driving also.
Okay. And this also lega chege wana chege lapa lega chege wana nanda sazoju ya tikol something degree was.
So if you can do think about that also during the work. If you're doing a physical work and it doesn't have to involve your mind so much, then you can think about those things.
Ya chi lega sabju ya lega tam tange de tu gomjana ya lega tujon do teche ya boy.
But if there are some work that where you have to pay attention, then of course you have to pay attention. Then if you think about something else, then you might
big trouble. Okay.
Make a mistake in your work.
If you're nurse, you want to go to injection other person. Think about that. Then when you open wrong medicine there. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Very short place. Short pare. Do you know how you do short pare? Saje puji shijambe do da le jenye da jemba de sanje chede doga namdo jalo chobajo idangara rana madala kanaya tayam karo rave kowe shingo do penda de wa shere zama tinde jamso shabe sense bar de danger chi tudu shanjon jamgo jebe no zobe ko do to bane choson kemi tazo gun de jamde jamde sho gewande nyatondo lama sanje do jena dora chijam te salam kobra sho 좀 자주 섬적으로 뭐지 마치 반응 지지 아니면 고네 배워라 쇼 미메테 되지시래 되면 집에 엄마 너무 많이 줘서 Kanchen Gibe, Seje Tsongkhapa, Luzang, Trapezala, Sawa, okay? You guys just sit a mandala, I'm just finished. Yeah, you have to know how you short, how you fast. Okay, thank you everyone.